Good morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching Janata Television and this is English Bulletin with me, Bhadra. The top stories first. Government lifts ban on domestic flights, long route vehicles to resume service from tomorrow. Early morning quake jolts the nation. Epicenter of the magnitude 6 quake confirmed as Sindhupalchok. Government to bear treatment cost of acid attack victims, patients to get lifelong medical support. India pushes tons of supplies to disputed China border, boosts up military presence ahead of harsh winter. And Arsenal captain Aubameyang signs a new deal with the club. The captain has scored 72 times in 111 appearances for the Gunners. And now, the news in detail. The government has decided to resume long-distance transportation service from tomorrow. A meeting of the Council of Ministers yesterday decided to resume the service, which was disrupted since the imposition of lockdown on March 24. As per the decision, long route vehicles will come into operation from September 1st, along with domestic air service. The government has also decided to allow hotels, restaurants, as well as trekking and travel agencies to reopen from tomorrow. Long route vehicles and other means of public transportation should, however, adopt safety measures amidst coronavirus pandemic. Such vehicles will be allowed to keep only one passenger in a row and must maintain physical distance among them. Public vehicles will not be allowed to take in passengers beyond the seating capacity. All the passengers and drivers as well as helpers must compulsorily wear masks and gloves, while sanitizers must be available at the door of the vehicles. The vehicles will be allowed to charge a maximum of 50% among the fare fixed by the government. Meanwhile, the government has decided to extend the closure of international borders for a month. As per the cabinet decision, the border entry points will remain closed until October 16. People will not be allowed to enter the country unless there is an emergency. The government has decided to open 2 more border entry points for emergency purpose. According to government officials, Elam's Pasupatinagar and Darchula have been opened for emergency visit along with 10 other border points. Likewise, Raswagodi border has also been opened especially for transport of goods that have been stranded there since months. The Council of Ministers has decided to appoint former Finance Minister Yuvraj Khatiyora as a special financial advisor to Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli. Khatiyora was appointed Finance Minister by the Oli-led government after nominating him as a Member of Parliament. After his second term in Upper House ended recently, Khatiyora resigned from the post of Finance Minister on September 4. 10 days later, he was appointed to a post where he enjoys all the privileges as a minister. Meanwhile, the cabinet meeting yesterday also gave permission to the Nepal Rashtra Bank to issue new coins of 1 and 2 rupees denominations. The new coins will bear the updated map of Nepal, informed Foreign Minister Pradeep Gawali. The government has also given the go-ahead to Nepal Police and Armed Police Force to take new recruitments. An earthquake of magnitude 6 jolted the nation early morning today. According to the National Seismology Center, the epicenter of the quake has been traced at Ramche of Sindhupalchok district. The jolts were felt at 5:19 a.m. in the morning, informed the Chief of National Seismology Center Lokvijay Upadhyaya. Further details regarding damages caused by the earthquake are yet to be received. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back. We continue with other national news. Government has announced it will bear the lifetime expenses required for the treatment of acid attack victims. A cabinet meeting on Monday decided that the government will now pay the medical expenses for the victims of acid attacks. Similarly, the government will also invest on education and employment of such victims, along with skill and capacity building trainings.
एसिड आक्रमणमा परिसकेका पीडितलाई निशुल्क उपचारको व्यवस्था गर्ने, अस्पतालमा उपचार गर्दा लागेको बिल अनुसारको खर्च नेपाल सरकारले बिहोर्ने, एसिड आक्रमणबाट भएको स्वास्थ्य क्षतिको उपचारसँग सम्बन्धित आजीवन प्रयोग गर्नुपर्ने औषधिको खर्च समेत नेपाल सरकारले बिहोर्ने, सोको संयोजन तथा सहजीकरण स्वास्थ्य तथा जनसङ्ख्या मन्त्रालयले गर्ने, पीडितहरूलाई उच्च शिक्षासम्मको शिक्षा निशुल्क उपलब्ध गराउने व्यवस्था शिक्षा विज्ञान तथा प्रविधि मन्त्रालयले मिलाउने, उद्योग व्यवसाय र रोजगारीका लागि क्षमता विकास गर्न चाहने एसिड आक्रमणबाट पीडितहरूका लागि क्षमता विकास सम्बन्धी सिप विकास र तालिमका अवसरहरू उद्योग वाणिज्य तथा आपूर्ति मन्त्रालय, शिक्षा विज्ञान तथा प्रविधि मन्त्रालय र श्रम रोजगार तथा सामाजिक सुरक्षा मन्त्रालयले प्राथमिकताका साथ मिलाउने।
The government has also decided to conduct public awareness program to inform everyone about the do's and don'ts in case someone suffers from acid attack. A person who has come under acid attack should immediately rinse the affected area with clean and contaminated water. Similarly, the government has also decided to observe September 10 every year as Awareness Against Acid Attack Day. Likewise, a committee led by Chief Secretary consisting of secretaries from each ministry as members will also be set up to draft laws and implement government decisions regarding acid attack. The number of people infected with the COVID-19 virus in Nepal has climbed to 56,788. The death toll from the virus has also increased to 371, with 11 more deaths confirmed yesterday. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, 4 women and 7 male have become the latest victim of the disease. Among them, 1 woman and 3 men were from Kathmandu. Similarly, 1 woman each from Siraha, Bara and Rupandehi and 1 man each from Sarlahi, Bara, Makwanpur and Kapilvastu lost their lives to coronavirus. According to spokesperson at the Ministry of Health and Population, Dr. Jageshwar Gautam, currently 7,640 persons are in home isolation, whereas 8,139 persons are in isolation wards of health facilities across the country. Meanwhile, 174 individuals are being treated in ICU wards, while 28 patients are receiving ventilator support. According to the Health Ministry, 7,250 individuals are in quarantine facilities across the country. Also, according to the latest information, 40,638 individuals have already recovered from the disease and returned home. Now, a former managing director of Nepal Electricity Authority, Kulman Ghising, clarified he has never taken the sole credit for solving the chronic power shortage in Nepal. Speaking at his farewell program organized by the staffers of Nepal Electricity Authority yesterday, Ghising said he has till date never taken the sole credit for transforming the Nepal Electricity Authority and saving the nation from load shedding. Establishing Nepal as a load-shedding-free country and transforming NEA into profit-making state-owned company took constant and continuous effort of all NEA staffers, ministry, government and political parties, Ghising further added. Admitting that he took firm stance regarding some matters in his 4 years tenure, Ghising reiterated his stance were important for changing the face of Nepal Electricity Authority.
माननीय मन्त्रीज्यू सचिवज्यू हाम्रा बोर्डका सदस्यहरू छन्, हामी यहाँ उच्च पदस्थ उपकार्यकारी निर्देशकज्यू हुनुहुन्छ, तपाईँहरू हुनुहुन्छ, सबै कर्मचारीहरूको र पब्लिकको पनि यो जुन किसिमले सपोर्ट छ, त्यो सामूहिक प्रयासले हामीले सफल गरेका छौँ। मैले प्राधिकरणको हितको लागि केही कुराहरूमा स्ट्यान्ड लिएको पनि हो।
Growing public concern regarding who will be the next managing director of NEA and based on what qualifications itself can be considered as a major achievement, Ghising added. Acknowledging that NEA still faces mammoth challenges in future, Ghising requested all staffers to perform their duties with dedication.
नियुक्ति हुँदाखेरि को आयो को गयो भन्ने पनि कसैले थाहा हुँदैन थियो। तर अहिले चाहिँ विद्युत प्राधिकरण भनेको चाहिँ सानो बच्चालाई पनि थाहा भइसक्यो विद्युत प्राधिकरणभित्र कार्यकारी निर्देशक आउने जाने हुन्छ। एकजना व्यक्ति सधैँ रहनुपर्छ भन्ने मान्यतामा म पनि छैन।
Singh was appointed as the Managing Director of Nepal Electricity Authority on 4th of September 2016. Common public have shown keen interest in the appointment of new MD at Nepal Electricity Authority amidst fear of load shedding again. And now the news from Economic Front. The coronavirus pandemic has affected the developing nations of the Asia-Pacific region, with economic growth expected to drop to the lowest in over 6 decades. However, the Asian Development Bank has forecast an increase of 1.5% in the GDP of Nepal for the current fiscal year. A report.
The Asian Development Bank has predicted an increase of 1.5% in the gross domestic product of Nepal in the current fiscal year. The Development Outlook report made public by the ADB predicted a growth of 2.3% in the last fiscal year, while the prediction for this year has been reduced to 1.5%. The bank has said the purchasing power of the families with weak economic background will also decrease with the decline in remittance, which will in turn decrease the economic growth of the country. Demand is also expected to decrease in the overall context, and it will also affect the revenue collection of the government. Mobilization and investment of capital, which was on the lower side last year, is expected to further drop this year. The failing tourism sector will also cause a huge dent in the economic recovery. The ADB has also predicted the economic growth to be the lowest in the last 6 decades for the Asia-Pacific region. The bank has predicted a decline of 0.7% in the economic growth of the region. Chief economist at the bank, Yoshiaka Sawada, had predicted a growth of 1.8% of the Chinese economy this year. With the control of the pandemic and the economy bouncing back well, the bank has predicted a 7.7% growth in the Chinese economy for the year 2021. However, for the failing Indian economy, it has predicted a drop of 9% in the economic growth. With little demand and the drop in the price of the petroleum products, the inflation rate will remain at 2.9% according to the ADB.
Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international and sports news. Welcome back, and now the international news. India's military has activated its entire logistic network to transport supplies to thousands of troops for a harsh winter along a bitterly disputed Himalayan border with China. According to Reuters, the Indian military has been deploying mules to large transport aircraft to bring vast quantities of ammunition, equipment, fuel, winter supplies and food into Ladakh. This region, which shares border with Tibet, is administered by India as a union territory. The move was triggered by a border standoff with China in the snow deserts of Ladakh, where 20 Indian soldiers were killed in hand-to-hand combat some months ago. Both countries are negotiating to resolve the confrontation, but neither side has backed down. The Indian military is now set to keep troops deployed along the treacherous high-altitude border through the winter. Eastern Ladakh, where the flare-up accord is typically manned by 20,000 to 30,000 soldiers, but the deployment has more than doubled with the tensions, a military official said, declining to provide exact numbers. Since snow blocks mountains passes into Ladakh at least 4 months every winter, Indian military planners have already moved more than 150,000 tons of materials into the region. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Arsenal captain Emerick Aubameyang has signed a new 3-year deal with the club, quashing rumours of him leaving the Gunners. The 31-year-old striker joined the Gunners in January 2018 and won the Premier League Golden Boot in his first full season in 2018-2019. He has also been instrumental for the Arsenal side, which won the FA Cup last season and the Community Shield this season. I believe in Arsenal. We can achieve big things together. We have something exciting here, and I believe the best is to come for Arsenal, BBC quoted Aubameyang as saying. Since joining Arsenal, the Gabonese has scored 72 goals in 111 appearances in all competitions in 86 Premier League appearances. He has scored 55 goals and made 12 assists. In other transfer news, Tottenham Hotspurs are in talks to re-sign Wales forward Gareth Bale from Real Madrid. Bale, 31, left Spurs to join Real for a then world record price of £85 million in 2013 and has since scored more than 100 goals and won 4 Champions League titles. Bale was hugely successful in the first few seasons at Real, but his stardom faded in the past couple of years after a run of injuries from a fractious relationship with manager Zinedine Zidane. Bournemouth beat Crystal Palace 11-10 in a shootout after goalless draw to set up a third-round tie with Manchester City. After all 20 outfield players scored, Wayne Hennessy saved Bournemouth keeper Asmir Begovic's spot kick but then blazed his own over the bar. David Brooks scored his second kick off the shootout and Begovic saved Luka Milijovic's effort to send the championship side through to the next round where they holder City next week. In another match, Ryan Fraser scored on his debut to help Newcastle beat a championship side Blackburn Rovers in the Carabao Cup. Fraser latched onto a clever Miguel Almiron through a ball and slotted home midway through the first half. Steve Bruce's side hung on to earn a trip to Morecambe in the third round next week. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin and the headlines once again. Government lifts ban on domestic flight long route vehicles to resume service from tomorrow. Early morning quake jolts the nation. Epicenter of the magnitude 6 quake confirmed as Sindhupalchok. Government to bear treatment cost of acid attack victims. Patients to get lifelong medical support. India pushes tons of supplies to disputed China border, boosts up military presence ahead of harsh winter. And Arsenal captain Aubameyang signs a new deal with the club, has scored 70 times in 111 appearances for the Gunners. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.